Hi, Esther and Abraham. Happy New Year. I'm currently recovering from breast cancer. I went through a year of heavy treatment and I'm slowly and gradually recovering. But there are times where I have worrying thoughts. If I get a headache or if I get a pain in my back or anything like that, I start to think, is this really just a headache or could it maybe be the cancer coming back? And I start to worry. I'm wondering if you could offer me some soothing words that could help me in those moments. And also, in general, I think I am trending in the direction of well-being most of the time. But I do wonder if, when I have those worrying thoughts, if I could be taking myself off track too much or more than I think I am, and that maybe that could then cause the cancer to come back. If you could offer me anything on that and let me know if I am trending as much in the direction of well-being as I think I am, that would be great. Thank you so much.
Well, we don't think that you're trending as much in the direction of well-being as you think you are when you listen back to this conversation. In other words, it's an easy thing, isn't it? And easy because that's where the trending has been, to have experienced something unwanted and then to kind of be in a place of expectation. Expectation is just a belief. A belief is just a thought that you continue to think. And so, yes, it's logical that there would be trending like that. And what's wonderful is that you have awareness when you are trending like that. So this process that we're talking about here today is tailor-made for something like this, because it's something that's coming up often because it matters a lot to you. And when it comes up, there's a strong recognition that it's come up because you really don't feel good, and you've already made a strong decision that you want to do something other than continue that trending because you understand point of attraction and all of that. And so we want to tell you something that Esther said to someone the other day, and she's been thinking about this a lot as she has been recovering from the shingles that were so uncomfortable for such a long period of time. And her greatest awareness was this: clearly, I had some things going on vibrationally that I wasn't owning up to, that I wasn't admitting, that maybe I was covering up with words or smiles or activities or staying busy. But clearly there were some things that were active in my vibration, more active than I knew, for me to attract something so debilitating. And so we want to say the same thing to you, and we want you to feel the clarity of that. And then we want you to enjoy the gentle and gradual and certain releasing of those things that you weren't aware of before, that you are more aware of now. So the thing that jumped out the most, and we know that this is something that's happening with you a lot, and we would write it on a card to put into the inactive box: unnecessary speculation. Unnecessary negative speculation. Now, we've written that on a few cards here already today, but that's the thing that we most want you to be aware of. It's unnecessary, and it's negative, and it's speculation. But one of the things that she has put in there, with lots of different subjects coming at them from lots of different directions, is making stuff up for no good reason. Putting words in the mouths of others that they're probably not even speaking. Thinking that I know what that person is thinking under such and such a situation. Thinking that I'm picking up on a vibe that I'm actually making up. So one of the cards that's in there again and again and again is making stuff up that doesn't help. Inactive.
Hi, Abraham. So I've been trying the inactive box, and I've liked it as far as if I have like one specific thought that I know I can write and put aside. But the problem is I have some areas of my life that I've got so much practice negative thinking or momentum around that it's really hard for me to unravel and set aside a specific thought. Or I feel like it's an endless process. Like I could be writing down piles and piles of negative thoughts around some subjects. So I'm wondering, was there something better to do in that situation? Easier to do? I have some things I'd really like to turn my thinking around on, but I just don't know where to start, and I feel kind of overwhelmed when it's been practiced for so long. Thank you.
Well, your thinking will turn around automatically when you're no longer pulling it in the negative direction. We liked your phrase, piles and piles and piles. Esther's got piles and piles and piles in her inactive box. But here's the difference between what we're talking about with this inactive box and what you're talking about with piles and piles and piles that feel endless to you. If you take a softer, more gentle, more general approach to this, it will go very well for you. You see, feel the difference between getting to the problem of what's really bothering me and just deciding not to be bothered by that. Feel the difference between getting to the bottom of the issue and just rendering the issue unimportant to you for now. You said, is there something better? Yeah, this process is better.
Hello, Esther and Abraham and Jerry and everybody that makes this possible. Thank you so much. Deep appreciation and respect for all that you do and share with us. My question is related to attracting a life partner. I feel like he's so close. And I feel like, as you've been saying in the past, to attract your soulmate, you need to mate with your soul. And I also feel like I've been doing much more of that in the last few years. After undergoing, or experiencing, I should say, a twin flame experience with all of that powerful mirroring, I'm now in a much more authentic place of expression and really doing much more of what my soul desires. So my question is, where is he? Because I feel like he's close. And what shifts do I need to make to welcome this person into my life? Thank you so much.
The only shift that we sniffed out from that clear presentation that you just offered is that taking score of where you are, if it's not quite where you want to be, causes you to add resistance. It really is as simple as that. Now, we know that you want to say, well, when something that I want isn't here to observe or to converse with and so forth, how can I not notice that? And it really is about noticing what is here. It's like the topic that we were just talking about. It's making other things that have fewer moments in time of lack-based thought a higher priority. We heard everything you said, and we felt it was vibrationally accurate in that you have been doing the work and you are in an open place where you are much more ready to sync up with what you want. It's a slight adjustment that you're asking for, and that adjustment, it just has to be, let's see if we can find a series of ways to say it. You can't be longing for something and letting it in at the same time. You can't be hoping for something and letting it in at the same time. You can't be yearning and letting it in. You could be anticipating it. You could be eager for it. You could be planning for it. You could be looking forward to it. You could be noticing it in other relationships that you see. You could be smiling as you see it in a movie or as you see it at the table in the restaurant next to where you are. It just is a matter of fine-tuning your emotions and being more sure more of the time that you're in a place of happy rather than sad, or eager rather than yearning. We don't feel you yearning much, but there's enough of it there that once you knock that off, what you want will walk through the next door.